Have you ever paused during your day, maybe while sipping your morning drink, and wondered why so many people seem to grow more isolated with age? It's not always because family or friends are too busy. Often, without realizing it, we form habits that gently distance us from others. After more than 30 years working as a doctor with older adults, I've noticed how small patterns, words, gestures, routines can quietly build walls around us. Feeling disconnected isn't just emotional. Research shows it can harm health as much as heavy smoking. The good news, these habits can change. Today we'll explore 13 common patterns that often appear later in life, behaviors that can unintentionally push others away, and practical ways to rebuild closeness and warmth. If this topic resonates, type "Indeed" in the comments. Let's begin. Pattern 1. Focusing on troubles. It's natural to vent now and then. But when conversations consistently center on problems, it can wear others down. This doesn't mean people stop caring. It's simply exhausting to always hear distress. Instead of leading with pain, balance it with gratitude. My joints hurt, but I'm thankful I can still walk the yard. That show wasn't great, but I loved watching it with you. You're not pretending life is perfect. You're reminding yourself and others that joy still exists. A balanced tone attracts company rather than repelling it. Pattern 2. Giving advice. Without being asked, with age comes wisdom, and it's tempting to share it freely. Yet uninvited advice can feel like mistrust or criticism, especially to younger people eager for independence. Before offering tips, ask, "Would you like to hear what worked for me?" This one question turns direction into dialogue. Often, people don't need solutions, they need presence. Listening can be the greatest gift. Pattern 3. Talking constantly about health. Health concerns matter. But if every chat revolves around symptoms, appointments, or pain, the atmosphere grows heavy. Loved ones care deeply, but also crave laughter and lightness. After updating them on your condition, steer the topic elsewhere. How have you been lately? Or what fun thing happened this week? It's not ignoring your challenges. It's ensuring your relationships aren't defined by them. Shared laughter restores life's sparkle. Pattern 4. Judging younger generations. It's easy to think today's youth are less respectful or too glued to screens. But constant criticism creates distance. Younger people seek understanding, not judgment. Instead of starting with, "In my day," try curiosity. "That's interesting. What do you like most about that?" Curiosity invites connection. Judgment builds walls. Respect flows both ways when generations learn from each other. Pattern 5. Avoiding new learning. Saying, "I'm too old for that," might seem harmless, but refusing to learn new things limits connection. Trying new skills, like texting, video calls, or simple apps, keeps your mind agile and bridges gaps with younger family members. You don't have to master technology, just show interest. When you try, others feel encouraged to share their world with you. Curiosity keeps the heart young. Pattern 6. Expecting the future to be grim. It's natural to mourn lost abilities or friends, but repeated phrases like, "My good days are behind me," can cast a shadow over everyone around you. Pessimism can become self-fulfilling. It blinds us to remaining joys. Every sunrise means purpose still awaits. Remember Mrs. Anderson, who often said, "My happy times are gone." Her daughter tried everything to lift her spirits, but the gloom shut her out. Hope revives relationships. Each day still holds small gifts: a call, a sunset, a smile. Speak those truths aloud. Pattern 7. Interrupting conversations. We all do it. jumping in mid-sentence, eager to relate or help. But constant interruptions tell others, my words matter more. For the speaker, it feels like being unseen. Over time, they may share less. Practice waiting a full breath before responding. Let silence breathe. Mr. Thompson, for instance, loved chatting with his granddaughter, but often cut her off. Eventually, she stopped sharing. Once he learned to simply listen, she returned with stories and joy. Pattern 8. Holding onto old grievances. Everyone carries hurts, but clutching resentment is like carrying stones in your pocket. It weighs down the soul. Long-term anger strains the heart, dampens immunity, and darkens spirit. Forgiveness doesn't excuse the past. It frees you from it. Even silent forgiveness without contact releases energy for peace and love. Choosing peace isn't weakness, it's strength in its purest form. Pattern 9. Living only in the past. Memories are treasures, but if every conversation begins with, back in my day, others may feel their own stories don't matter. Reminiscing should be shared, not one-sided. Blend past with present. We waited weeks for letters. Now messages arrive instantly. Which do you prefer? This approach keeps memories alive while connecting generations. Your stories then become bridges, not barriers. Pattern 10. Refusing help. Independence is admirable, but constant. "No, I've got it," can unintentionally push loved ones away. Offers to help often mean, "I care about you." When we always decline, others may stop offering. Not from neglect, but from hurt. Relationships thrive on both giving and receiving. Mr. Edwards, for example, told his daughter not to bother helping with errands. Eventually, she stopped visiting as often. When he later realized her offers were love in action, he opened up again, and closeness returned. Pattern 11. Speaking in a superior tone. Experience brings wisdom, but if shared as correction, it can sound condescending. Comments like, "You'll understand when you're older," or "That's not how it works," shut others down. Instead, express curiosity. "That's an interesting idea. How did you come to think that way?" This equal footing invites genuine exchange. Teach through stories, not lectures. Respect makes wisdom welcome. Pattern 12. Withdrawing from social circles. Isolation rarely begins from rejection. It often begins with self-withdrawal. Maybe you skip gatherings, decline calls, or assume others are too busy. But solitude, while comfortable at first, slowly chips at happiness and health. Social scientists equate chronic loneliness to smoking a pack a day in health impact. It raises risks of heart disease, depression, and memory decline. Margaret, who lost her husband, stopped attending her senior club. Calls faded, so did her smile. When she finally joined a small class again, she said, "It feels like coming back to life." Reconnection starts small. Greet a neighbor, join a hobby group, or call an old friend. A single hello can open doors again. Pattern 13. Losing joy in everyday life. Perhaps the hardest change to witness is when someone stops engaging, when laughter fades and days feel like endurance rather than experience. Diminished joy can signal hidden depression, not just aging. But recovery is possible. Small pleasures, a cup of tea, a walk, a favorite song, can reignite spark. Arthur, once a lively gardener, grew detached after health struggles. His daughter kept bringing flowers, playing his favorite music. One morning, he smiled softly and said, "That scent reminds me Why I loved mornings. Joy doesn't need perfection. It thrives on awareness. Spot one tiny reason to smile each day. It renews both you and those who love you. We've explored 13 subtle habits that can distance us from connection, focusing on negatives, giving unwanted advice, over-discussing health, judging, resisting change, expecting gloom, interrupting, clinging to grudges, living in the past, refusing help, sounding superior, withdrawing socially, and losing joy. Each is common. Each is reversible. By shifting small daily choices, listening more, forgiving sooner, embracing curiosity, sharing gratitude, you invite people back into your life. So here's my invitation. Choose one small action today. Maybe write a note of thanks, call a friend, or ask someone about their day without giving advice. Post your personal pledge below. Your words might inspire another heart to reopen. If this message brought value, tap like and subscribe for more reflections on living fully at every age. Share this with someone who might need it. You could brighten their world and your own. Thank you for being here. Wishing you peaceful days, radiant smiles, and the deep joy of knowing you're never truly alone. Until next time, friends.